Okay, and this is why at Advanced Lawn and Garden the services sometimes cost more for folks than what they expect, because we're not coming in with shears and hitting it and taking off. No, I'm not an arborist, a botanist, but I've been doing this long enough to know. Thanks to my grandmother, she knows quite a bit about this stuff. Hey everybody, how you doing? I hope you're doing terrific-oonie. Just hanging out here with baby Nate. He just sucked down about 4 ounces of milk, and he's taking a sweet little nap. But hey, quick disclaimer, this is something that I see a lot when I'm landscaping and doing shrubs, like when I'm taking over a lawn or a property for somebody. When landscapers come, they're really just lawn guys, and they try to get into the horticulture side of things, and trimming and fertilizing. I see people just trimming live wood just to shape the bushes and just leaving the stems in the ground, or leaving them laying there in the bush just to die. Now, keep in mind, these are really, really thin bushes. This is the first time I've ever worked on them, but the customer wanted them lower than the window, and I told her this is going to take some time. Have me back again. But what we're doing is we're just removing dead wood, removing crossing wood, and we're removing some suckers. But yeah, check it out. Just bear with me. I ramble a lot. Take care, guys. 130 subscribers. I can't believe it. It's amazing. Be kind, guys. This makes me really upset. Now I'm over here doing this hand pruning, reaching down in these things, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, finding the dead wood, going all the way to, oh, look, there's some wood right here. Look, it's not really producing. It's crowded. Follow it down. Look, it's starting to decay. Follow it down. You got one little leaf here, and then you start looking at the whole thing and you say, oh, is that really going to produce something healthy and strong for the plant, or is it just going to struggle and soak up nutrients? No. Boom. I take that. I take it, I throw it out there, and I don't cut it flush. What you don't want to do, guys, is you don't want to cut, and I'm not an arborist or anything, but you don't want to cut it flush like this. You don't. You want to leave some stub, because it's going to rot, okay? Look, remove the dead wood, okay? Remove this stuff, guys. It makes a huge difference. I'm going to leaf blow this whole thing out. But look what I'm finding. I'm finding these cuts that were from the lawn guy, and all the, like, what is the point of this right here? Just cutting. I don't get the point, right? Because all this is going to do now is it's going to do one of three things. It's going to rot, right? Or it's going to produce a bunch of little small branches, making this thing leggy as heck. Look, even more. See, here's it rotting right here. Here's it rotting. And that's why I leave a little bit of a stub, because if you do that way down on the collar, see where it stopped? See where it stopped rotting right here? That's why you leave a little stub. If you take that whole thing, then the rotting goes into the good branches. See? All right, guys, so what I'm doing is I'm in here and I'm trimming these things down, right? What I'm doing is I'm finding dead wood first. I always find dead wood first. I come down here and I say, oh, look, this isn't producing. We're trying to get this thing to fill out. So you take the dead wood off, right? I dropped it. I take it in my hand. I bring it over here and I throw it, and I get it later. So what I'm finding is stuff like this. I'm going down and, oh, what is this here? What is this? This is from somebody else pruning this, and I know it wasn't the homeowner. And they prune it and they leave it. They leave it right there, right? Look, I've already pulled out like 300 of them. Look, just keep looking. There's another one. Oh, here's another one. Oh, here's another one. It makes no sense. And look where they're cutting them off from. Right here, right here, right here. It makes no sense. Why would you cut right here? I don't understand what that does for the plant. It's going to produce a bunch of sucker branches. Look, here's another one. See? Right here. Boom, there's another one. This is insane. Guys, come on. Think about the person who comes here after you. It's like a fruit tree. Okay, for instance, right here. If you cut this off, like I did today, right? We're going to start training this. It'll produce more branches like this, but even smaller. But my thing is why are you cutting randomly on the top like this in weird spots? Look what happens. Somebody made this little cut right here. See that? A little too close to the collar, but look, it produced this little sucker branch. All right? That would have been okay if they would have just taken this whole thing. Like, see, if they take this, let me show you guys something. Bear with me, okay? I had a better video, but what happened was I wasn't actually filming. See, now if you take this whole thing like that, okay, now it'll produce new suckers at a lower rate. They won't produce new ones really high up, you know? So do that. Look, see, look, it's already starting. Somebody made a prune cut right here, and now you have all these little buds that are gonna produce little sucker branches. But we don't want this thing over the window. Well, that high anyways. So I'm gonna take this whole thing, I'm gonna take it down here. Actually, no, we'll take it down here, okay? And I'll tell you why. Take my branch, throw it, because this is already, see, it comes out of the ground, it comes up, it splits, it comes up, it splits. That's a really close cut, but it's all right. It splits more, splits again. And so if you want to keep these things short, why would you cut it randomly way up here? Take the thing down lower, you know, leave a little bit, but take it down lower. Okay. And this is why at Advanced Lawn and Garden, the services sometimes cost more for folks than what they expect, because we're not coming in with shears and hitting it and taking off. No, we want functional gardening. It's hard enough to keep things thriving here in Florida. Everything wants to grow here in Florida, but to keep things thriving and doing well in the extreme heat and the extreme dry, and it still gets cold in North Florida, you have to do things correctly. And you got to learn a little bit, but it's mostly common sense when it comes to gardening, really, once you get the basics down. Now, I'm not an arborist or a botanist, but I've been doing this long enough to know, you know, thanks to my grandmother. She knows quite a bit about this stuff. Another thing is separation, too. If you're going to go ahead and hack this and try to give the customer service, at least give some separation. A big thing with landscaping is separation and definition and contrast. See, you got a nice sago palm there, and I've already worked on this thing, but they're growing into each other. Watch the difference. With a couple simple cuts. Now, don't take it here. That doesn't make any sense. Take the whole thing. Every time you get the chance to take a whole thing, take the whole thing, okay? Look, this one can go too. That's okay. I start a fire, they're just squeaking against each other. Get rid of that. Look at this one too. This has got to go. This has got to go. And we're going to clean out this whole bed, guys. I'll show you the before and after. A little bit too high. Take this as well. Look. Oh, here's more from the last guy. This branch, you know, it's kind of just silly. Let's let that thing start over. Keep it away from the house. Okay. Okay. Look, this one can go too. That's okay. Not a big deal. All of these can get out of here. Now I'm going to show you with just a couple cuts. If you absolutely have to trim a frond on a sago palm, like say it hangs over the walkway, you shouldn't really have to do it, but if you do it like this. From branches being too close and all that rubbing, look what they do. First thing you're going to do is see how they grow in like this. Obviously, you can't really replicate that. So you want to take off as little as possible. And look, I cut it like that right across, and then you see what ugly mess you're left with? I do this, okay? I'm doing this with one hand so I can show you. But I go across here, just you know, make that flush like this, boom. And then I do the same thing on the other side. Watch, open it up. Boom. And leave a little bit flat right there. That'll give the illusion that it's a V shape like this. Okay. Guy here. I'm gonna take this guy here. Now, look at the difference. Okay, you get a little bit of separation. Now these are gonna have to grow and fill out. We're gonna fertilize them. We're gonna elevate this too. I'll be back.